This is 7 News.
Tonight, ceremonies and snags as Perth celebrates Australia Day. Tributes for Nate. A community mourns a little boy lost. And time running out to find a prospector missing in the goldfields.
I woke up in the morning and he was gone.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Susannah Carr.
Good evening. Perth's Australia Day celebration shortly, but first to breaking news. A bushfire is threatening homes near Gingin, north of Perth. An emergency warning has been issued for residents in Leonard Brook, with flames not far from homes in Warra Drive, Crestview Drive and Mulyabini Road. Authorities say residents should evacuate now or prepare to defend their homes. Huge crowds have braved Perth's hot weather to celebrate Australia Day. We'll cross to our reporters Alexis, Donkin and Grant Taylor soon, on standby at Kings Park and South Perth. This was the view from the Channel 7 helicopter overlooking the Swan River a short time ago. Tens of thousands have gathered around the foreshore for the fireworks show that's less than half an hour away. Perth's heat did little to dampen the party on our National Day. Whether born or bred or officially becoming an Australian today, tens of thousands of people found reason to celebrate. Alexis Donkin reports.
It was 30 degrees by 11 o'clock on the coast. So what better way to spend the day?
Having fun.
Australia.
Yeah.
Beach and spending time with your friends
Friends
and family.
yeah.
And being proud to be an Aussie.
Having barbecues.
Just having a good time, with like your mates and stuff like that, and just the beach, awesome weather.
Even tourists got into the Aussie spirit.
I think it's about, being real Aussie here. Everybody are sticking together.
Across the country, a record number of people became Australian citizens today.
I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people.
17,000 people made their pledge in 430 ceremonies.
Australia Day has really in recent years reached its maturity. It is now truly a unifying national day.
At Cottesloe, 2,093 beach bodies hit the water for the annual Havana Thong Challenge, breaking last year's world record. For some, it's not Australia Day without a pool party, even the blow-up kind. For others, it was more low-key. A few beers and a barbie.
Got to have lamb on the barbie. Yes, Sam Kekovich always says, got to have lamb on the barbie.
For many, today was just a warm-up for all the fun of the Skyworks.
And Alexis Donkin is at Kings Park with Skyworks not far away. Alexis, any room to spare?
There's not a lot, Sue. I've got to tell you, it is pretty packed out here. Take a look at this image. It shows you just how busy it is, and it's probably also a lot to do with the gorgeous temperatures we have out here tonight. But anyone wanting to make a last-minute trip out here for those fireworks should do so now, and remember the road closures right throughout the city. Now, we're being told it's going to be one of the best fireworks yet. The countdown is really on. Sue?
Thanks, Alexis. And police are out in force tonight too, with Australia Day their biggest operation of the year. Crime reporter Grant Taylor is in South Perth. Grant, any trouble so far?
Well, Sue, I can tell you there's a real last-minute rush of people coming in at the moment, coming from everywhere at the moment, but it's been very, very peaceful today, especially here in South Perth, which is an alcohol-free zone. Again, this year there's been plenty of police on hand to enforce that booze ban, confiscating pretty much anything that they find around the river. There's only been a handful of arrests so far for things like street drinking and breaches of move-on notices. If you are thinking of coming down, well, you better get your skates on. There is still plenty of space here. Sue?
Thanks, Grant. The family of a baby boy killed when a ute smashed into his bedroom in Merriwa say they've been overwhelmed by a public outpouring of grief. As Tracy Moran reports, the candlelight vigil will be held for Nate Dunbar on Thursday.
Messages of love from strangers. Devastated by the death of 8-month-old Nate Dunbar, a bubbly little boy killed when a ute ploughed through his bedroom wall where he was asleep in his cot.
Just to pay respects any way you can, just to let them know that there is support for them.
To let the family know that people in the community are thinking of them.
2 years ago, Nate's mother Stacey lost a baby late in her pregnancy. After that, she started collecting teddies and preparing miscarriage packs to give to families who lose a child.
She's passing it on to say to others, it's all right. There's people out bad that love you.
Today, the community gave back to her. Loved ones say Nate's parents are still struggling to come to terms with what happened here, but say they're touched by the number of loving tributes from the community. A 35-year-old female driver has been charged over Nate's death. A candlelight vigil will be held at Kingsbridge Park on Thursday night to raise money for Nate's funeral and awareness to take care on the road. Tracy Moran, 7 News.
The search for a prospector lost in the goldfields is growing more desperate by the hour. Michael Graham vanished 13 days ago, but police believe he is still alive, barefoot and on the move. Amelia Broun is in the goldfields tonight and filed this report.
It's one of the most remote locations in the state. Nothing but red dirt and dense bush. And somewhere here, Michael Graham has been lost for 13 days. The 46-year-old was prospecting with his friend Peter Holloway near Menzies when he vanished.
I woke up in the morning and he was gone. Yeah, well, he's sort of like waking up into a nightmare.
Since then, helicopters, police, SES volunteers, even the TRG have scoured hundreds of square kilometres for any sign of the missing father.
He does have some medical conditions which are a concern to us, but at the moment they don't be overly affecting his mobility.
These are the survival packs the SES have been dropping in the bush in the hope that Michael Graham will find one. They contain food, water and vitamins, but so far none of them have been touched. Earlier this week, however, there were signs of life when a nearby station owner discovered a makeshift camp. A nearby water trough also appeared to have been slept in, and SOS was written in the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, that was certainly a good discovery and it gave us his last known position. We believe he'd been there quite recently.
Recent heavy rain has provided drinking water, giving rescuers further hope that Michael Graham is still alive.
Fingers crossed.
In Menzies, Amelia Broun, 7 News.
A Mandurah father and son were treated by paramedics for the effects of smoke after a fire erupted in their Falcon house early this morning. They're both okay. Another fire gutted William McCausland's home in Kelmscott overnight. He managed to save his dog Rex, but has lost everything else.
It's just about all the photos of my kids, you know, when they're born and stuff. So, yeah.
Police are investigating whether the blaze was deliberately lit. Next in 7 News, WA's quiet achievers, some true blue Aussies recognised in the Queen's Honours list, plus state of disaster. A destructive tornado hits Queensland as floodwaters move south.
All of a sudden, bam.
And protests in the Egyptian capital turn deadly. Returning now to the countdown to Skyworks, Alexis Donkin is at Kings Park. Alexis, what's the atmosphere like there?
The excitement's really building now, so you might even be able to hear some of the kids chanting. They're counting down for these fireworks. Let's take a look at a live view now of the city. It looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? And we're getting ready for those fireworks. We're told there'll be 30,000 of them. So as I said, the excitement's really building. It should be a great night. So.
Thanks, Alexis. Publishing queen Ita Buttrose has described being named Australian of the Year as one of her proudest moments. She's proved a popular winner, but today was also about recognising the contribution of many quiet achievers with honours for medical research, community workers and charities here in WA. And that's all from the 7 News team for now. The Australian Open tennis continues live next on 7 with the men's doubles final, but we'll leave you with live pictures of the Australia Day fireworks. Good night.
Perth's #1, Australia's #1.